Now, in California, a bold judge is saying that he wants to open the court to dependency and foster care hearings and so on, because they are saying that it's privacy and it's abuse and all that, and they want to keep their things secret and so forth. And I think that's a bold move this judge is making. I think though that if it's open up and people are allowed to come in, a lot of stuff that go on they will have to be different because it's secret and all that. They take a chair and they come up with no evidence. They just lie and all kind of stuff, and they just take away your kids. But I will go further. I think that foster care needs to be abolished the way it is today, because what's happening is that states like Florida and others they need money to take care of the Department of Children and Families, and so the federal government is saying we can give you money to help protect kids, and so they take away kids and just so they could get that money. They need a certain amount of kids in the system to keep that money coming. I think that there should be another way around. The federal government should intervene and say, listen, you're violating these people's constitutional rights, and you can't have a civil trial to terminate somebody's parental right, which is a federal, human rights, and it's a civil right and all that kind of stuff. I think that they should try to keep kids with the parents, and this is where the money should be given to them for ensuring that you see, if the parent is definitely evil and definitely just beating the child down for no reason, breaking the bones, well, this is a case where it might be better to allow this child not to be subject to that kind of abuse. But their family is still okay, and blood runs deeper than all this stuff they're going on with. Florida law says that the children should be adopted to a relative, a close relative, brother, sister, uncle, cousin, grandparents, whatever. When that fails, there's somebody in the community who would want to show some sympathy and some understanding and take this child into the care so that he could still know his other relatives. Because in Florida, what I discovered was that, and I hang around by a lot of missions, I get free food when I ain't got no money and all this stuff. You see a young person come around the corner, he has a black bag, he's confused, he doesn't know nothing, he's asking you where I could stay, any place I could stay, maybe I can get some food. He has just turned 18, and this family that was so loving and want to protect him from abuse. As soon as the check stopped coming as 18, he got to go. So now he has gone, he spent all these years with them, they're not family, because when the money's coming in, oh, he's family, he's my son and all that. When the money stopped, oh, you just got to go. I mean, the next one in here. And he has lost contact with his blood mom and dad and brothers and sisters. They scatter them all over. You see what I'm saying? So this thing is confusing. And I think for an advanced nation, it shouldn't be like this. We shouldn't be abusing kids because they're trying to punish the parents. But who's the one punished? The child. They're going to take this child and put him with somebody who's getting some money. And this money is going to pay the mortgage, to get them a facelift, for them to go on vacation, for them to send for the children education. And these kids eating and wearing things that they get from the food bank. Sometimes, I remember teaching in Florida. A young girl asked me, can you give me $1? Well, I felt bad because I don't want to be charged with anything with abuse, trying to get with these minors. So I asked some adults if it's okay. And I don't want her to be my friend and to be hanging out with me and all that stuff. But they have needs that is foster care. You see, it took a state like Florida and some of these idiots that were there to say that a stranger, right, will take a child and love this child more than a family member or somebody in the community where this child was born and grew up and was growing up. I mean, you got to be an idiot to think that, because I mean, I can't rule out that there's one or two parents that are going to foster parents who are going to do the thing, and then they could live by them forever. And it's like real, you get married and you could still come back, and these kids they call them the grandkids. There's some like that, but the majority of them, all they out is to get that money. I remember this woman. She tells me that she thinks her problems were because she was smoking weed, and she has psychiatric problems and so on. And she got this big house. Somebody helped her to get the down payment. There's time when people were saying they got money and all this stuff and getting big expensive houses that valued maybe about 400,000. I can't remember when she paid for it, maybe 150. And she needs now 8 kids so that she could take care of her bills and stuff like that. And as soon as they grow up, they got to go and she gets some more. I just don't understand how they are thinking that these parents gonna love these people, gonna love these kids. So there's a new category now of abuse. When you go to certain places for services and you fill out an application, they ask you, Were you adopted? Were you a foster care? Because they know these kids have certain problems. They'll be taken out of the lives of the family. They'll be placed with some strangers who don't care a hoot about them. Some of these kids, they got them doing prostitution. They have them being abused by their other relatives and so forth. I mean, this thing is such a disgrace. But anyway, so there's some young people in the foster care system who are opposing the opening up of the court. And you see, the system is so. When I was growing up, man, I was hungry so much that I almost died. I go to school, just get a little bit of drink some water and no food at lunchtime. Mom said, if I get something, I'll send something for you. Nothing came. I ain't got no money, no nothing, and so on. Then I walk home, nothing. I got to go back to scouts and then come back in the evening. Sometimes just treading home. Now, some of them would say, I want a better life than this. So I say, I'm abused, so to get them fostered home. So, but I mean, I think I'm stronger the way I am today because of the way I grew up. I mean, I am not accustomed to much, and so I can handle this level I'm at. I don't have to say, man, if I don't get me a job by next week, I'm going to die or I'm going to kill somebody and take somebody's stuff. No, I'm okay. I wish I could earn some more because I'm qualified to, and I could pay up my bills and take care of my responsibilities and get to a level where I could have more leisure so I could think straight and help them solve the problems in the world. Okay? But it's just a cop out, and they don't want this story to be known out there. You might be protected, little nut boy or girl. You might be protected, and they might, instead of putting you in foster care, they might put you with a brother, sister, uncle, somebody in your family, so you could still know your family. All right, or in the community where you grew up, and your brothers and all the others are right or wrong, so you could still know each other, so you don't be a lone wolf in the world and end up with a whole bunch of mental problems. So this is what you need to understand.